Soulmade for me is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful project that is really made with the soul. It's made from my soul to your soul to remind us that we are all soulmates. And Soulmade is really an invitation to go inward, an invitation to think of who we are, what we came to do here, and how we can find that inner peace that we all have inside of us. No matter where we are, no matter who we are, we can reach to that state of happiness that we don't have to worry, that we can live without anything exterior that we are depending on, that we can just be okay with who we are. And that process is, it's waking up your consciousness, it's connecting yourself with the light being that you are within you. And Soulmade is really that. I was traveling around South America. I picked up a guitar. I wanted to learn how to play guitar because I was always singing, but I never had something to accompany with. Well, I played the piano, but I couldn't drag a piano on my back. So I found myself a guitar and I started playing songs, and quite soon, like somewhere halfway my travel, someone said, if you do that tonight, can I pay you for it? And you'll do it in my restaurant. And that's how I started to perform, and that's how I started to really see the effect that my songs had on the public, but also on me. The ability for me to share it, to express myself, was such a feeling of coming home, and I said, this is what I want to do. But obviously, I mean, I was also studying anthropology back in Amsterdam, and it was kind of in between both worlds, between various options of who am I, what am I doing? And in Cartagena, in Colombia, I was invited to play every night. And I was writing and I was sharing those songs, and it felt so beautiful to do it. And then at a certain point, I realized that I was more in Colombia than in Holland. Because in Colombia, people could see who I was. It's not true. I could see who I was in the eyes of those that saw me. And I decided to be in Colombia. And in Colombia is where I really found my way in the music. I planted a seed of wanting to make a conscious album. And I did that. And I made a conscious album. And here it is, for you. It's a long story. I mean, it wasn't that easy. It was not from one day to another. I was struggling. I was trying, friends were helping me, but it was always like not exactly how I thought I wanted it. And I was going back and forth between Holland and Colombia. People were telling me, like, you have lots of talent, but you're wasting your talent being like the spiritual musician. And I said, yes, but I can't do different. Like, this is what comes out of me. I don't know what to do else. And I remember that one day I was sitting on a terrace in Cartagena, and I raised my eyes up to the sky. It was a full moon. And I sat there in prayer, and I said, dear God, universe, whoever, whatever, I want a producer that understands me, that is spiritual, that is a guide, a mentor. I want someone that doesn't want to sleep with me. I want someone that can educate me. I want someone that is really professional, like Grammy award winning. I want someone maybe in the States, like someone that is in both the Latin and the English speaking worlds. And a day later, I walked out of the apartment. I was recording a little song with my friend, playing on the streets. And this little boy looks at me with big eyes, and I sing to him, porque tú tienes luz, y yo tengo luz, y tú tienes colores, y yo también. So I sang this song, and his father came out, and I was like, oops, I did something wrong. But I didn't, because his father recorded it. He sent it to the radio, and a day later I was called Live on the Radio, with the music that I had on YouTube. And it was beautiful. And then the connection got lost because I was traveling. Long story short, a week later, this guy from the radio tells me, listen, I can't put your music out of my mind. I got a lot of phone calls from different producers that want to work with you, but I think that they all will not be able to understand your soul. There's one person that I think that can work with you, but he's the most successful producer of the States and of Latin America, so I don't know if this is gonna work. And he's forwarded my music, and that was Julio Reyes Copello. And he listened to it and he felt it. And later on we talked about it, years later. And I said, I'm sure that that day that I manifested you speaking to God on the roof, you were also thinking simultaneously that you wanted to do a project like we do now, a conscious, spiritual, soul-filled project. And he confirmed, he said, I did. So we decided to work together. It was a long process of finding the right time, finding the right tone, finding the right balance between him and me, and working and understanding what we wanted to bring out in the world, because bringing out an album is like, you know, it's like birthing a baby. And finally we had it. It came naturally. I was living in Colombia. I received a letter from the migration that something went wrong. I was kicked out of Colombia. I had to stay in Miami. And we recorded the whole album. And all the songs were channeled. They just came out. They just, you know, erupted from somewhere inside, which is outside of us. And when that happened, it was such a special moment, because for the first time I could see externally, in a beautiful way, recorded what I was carrying inside of me, what we are all carrying inside of us. A story of my journey of insecurities and love and finding out who I am, finding out what it means to be conscious, finding out what it means to make a decision of what you want to do in life. And I realized that all those songs, without planning it, they were related to each chakra. And curiously, I'm in a woman group, and I asked my producer, like, hey, can I use the studio and record a meditation for them? And they said, yeah, of course, go ahead. And when he heard the meditation, he realized that he felt like peace inside of him. And we started playing with the idea of including the meditations on the album. And that's how Soulmade was born. An album with 7 songs and 7 meditations that are related to each chakra, that are related to the topics that we work with, to be complete as a being. And today, I give that to you, that beautiful piece of art that I've been carrying for so long inside of me. It's now yours. It's part of my life. It has always been. And I really hope it's also part of your life. And it doesn't stay with that. There's a challenge with it. You can do the meditation, listen to the song, and do various exercises of reflection that I was doing every day to maintain myself mentally healthy, emotionally healthy, you know, just checking in with myself. So I invite you to listen to the music, to take time to put a guided meditation and to really feel it. And if you want to, even start with me doing the challenge. So I'll see you somewhere in the world, in this global community that I call Soulmade.
It's okay. If you fall down, you can stand up.